Hi guys, Top Pops here, and today I'm going to be doing top 5 Funko Pops you probably didn't know existed. So let's get started. Okay guys, so number 1 we actually have Patina Cthulhu. Now this is one that you guys have probably not seen before, unless you've been around for a while now and you know a lot about Pops, you probably wouldn't know this one. Now this one is one of my favorite characters in my collection. It's actually it's an underappreciated character, I guess you could say, because I love the Patina line and I think this is one of the best ones that are Patina. There was 3 that came out to New York Comic Con this year, and it was this one, then there was the Vampire, Teddy, and Jack Skellington, which I got, as well as the Iron Throne from Game of Thrones. Now this one I love just because how it looks like it's very heavy and it feels like it's almost like bulky, and I do love the Cthulhu pop in general. Now there is a Nerd Cthulhu which came out to Emerald City Comic Con where he's wearing like nerdy glasses, and then it had this brighter green to it. Like the normal Cthulhu has like a dark green to it, and then it was more of like a lime greenish kind of color. But I do think this one's very underrated and not looked at, and you probably don't know what it is just because of it's a small character from the book series. And really, you'd think of books, you'd think of Dr. Seuss, you think of Where the Wild Things Are. You don't think of this one here from H.P. Lovecraft, and it's just this really old character that not everybody remembers and everything. But that's why I just got this one, just because it's such a cool character and I love it. But I don't know if you guys would know about it. But let's move on to the next one. Okay guys, so this next one that I have here is actually one from Plants vs. Zombies 2, and this is Super Brainz. Now the reason I'm showing this one was because this is the only character they made for Plants vs. Zombies 2, and this was actually a really cool one. I like this one a lot. This one was a Target exclusive. You guys would probably never know that this one came out just because, I mean, they were around a lot and a lot of stores had them for a long time, but you probably didn't know these ones were around, or you maybe might not have even known that this was a pop, because if you look at it, the eyes are that weird kind of ish color. They're not like the black circles. They've got the big white eyes there. It just doesn't look anything like a pop in my opinion. But yeah, I just think this is one that you probably wouldn't look at, and you probably might even think is just not a pop if you're not really paying attention to the box too well. But yeah, this is such a cool character. I think it's really cool. You guys probably, like, this is one of those ones where if they made a whole line for it, you'd probably know about it, but they only made this one for Plants vs. Zombies 2 when it came out, so I feel like that's why not too many people would really think twice about this one or even picking this one up. But I picked it up when I was in California, and you guys can actually find a video on that if you guys want to check out the channel. But yeah, such a cool character. I love the cape on it. I just like superhero pops in general, so this was a must-have for me. But yeah, really awesome character. But let's move on to the next one.
I'm in a situation.
Goodbye. Bizarro.
Why don't you play ahead of me? Look, the pyramids.
Hooray!
Who is that?
Ah, that's right, you weren't around. Long story short, somebody tried to clone Superman.
Well, this is actually one that I've reviewed on the channel before, but this is one that I don't think came out of a Hot Topic pre-release, if I'm not mistaken. If it's not true, then put it in the comment section below. But this is Bizarro. Now, this is such a cool character, and there's actually a whole episode of Seinfeld after Bizarro, and if you guys didn't know, it's where it's like opposite from the normal one, and if you look in that episode, Jerry normally has a cookie jar in the background that's Superman, but then in that episode they actually switch it to a Bizarro cookie jar, which I think is really funny. And I'm pretty sure the episode's called Bizarro Seinfeld? Bizarro maybe? I think it's just called that. I don't know. But this one was a Hot Topic pre-release when I bought this one, and if I'm not mistaken, they kind of just shut it down after that because I had never seen it in any other store after that. So I feel like they didn't make too many of these after the pre-release, but I do think this is such a cool character. I like the rips in the actual cape there. And again, guys, the superhero one, so this is one that I'm really like into. I like the superhero characters a lot. I think it looks really awesome. This is one of the most detailed ones that I've seen in a long time, especially for, what year was this? 2014. Was that 4 years ago? So it is pretty cool that this one did come out. I do love Bizarro, and I just think it looks like a really cool character, but that's why I put him on ones that you've probably never seen before, because it stayed as a Hot Topic pre-release and then didn't go anywhere after that. Now, when doing this video, I actually tried to pick more obscure ones as well as kind of ones that you might not know. So for this one, we actually have Sharknado. Now, Sharknado is one of those characters that you've probably never seen before, again, just because of the nature of it. This was one that came out in 2013, if I'm not mistaken. No, 2014 again. So it's again the same year as Bizarro. And I know a lot of my fans are actually ones that are newer collectors, or well, we have a lot of different people on here. Older collectors, newer collectors. So I just thought I would talk about this one in this video just because it's such a different character and you probably don't know about it. It was a one-off character as well, not like they did with Bob Ross where they said, oh, you know, we're only making one and then they made 6 more or whatever. But this was literally one that was a one-off character. They had this and then a Comic-Con exclusive where he had like bloody all over his mouth, and I think that was a 2014 con exclusive. So that was pretty cool. But I just want to show you guys this one just because it's so different, and I think it's a really cool character as well. Mine's actually broken, if you guys probably didn't know. It's not noticeable at first, but the fin actually broke off. I dropped it one time, and the fin snapped right there. So I was going to get a new one, then I didn't, and it's just such a different character. I think it's really cool, but there's something about it that makes it like, you see this one, and you're like, oh, that's weird. I never knew that they made this one. You know what I mean? If you guys don't, okay guys, also in the comment section below, after you've seen all 5 of them, because this is the 4th one, after you've seen the 5th one, put in the comment section below which ones you didn't know about from my top 5. And then I'm going to be doing probably a part 2 to this later on. But for now, I want to know which ones out of these 5 that you guys didn't know. But before we get too off topic, let's move on to the last one. Okay guys, so last but not least, we actually have one that looks nothing like a pop, and this one is Green Lantern Domo. Now you guys are probably looking at this like, what the heck? What is this thing? Now Domo used to be a really popular Asian cartoon character-ish thing. I think it was stop motion if I'm not mistaken, but this is just such a weird character because they made a bunch of different, they made Batman, Superman, Green Lantern, Flash, and I think that was it. I think so, if I'm not mistaken. They also had a mystery mini set of these ones too. But Domo used to be a really cool character and really like something that people loved, and then they made these pops here, which I think did do well, but then they were on sale at Barnes & Noble when I picked this one up, so I had to get it. I do like the little ring that they gave it, but this is one that you probably wouldn't know because it looks, again, nothing like a pop, just like the Super Brainz one. So I feel like this is one that not everybody would be like, oh yeah, you know, that's just a pop character. It's nothing, just nothing to talk about with that one or something like that. I don't know, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, it's just a pop, just another pop. But this one's like, what the heck? Why did Funko make this kind of thing? I mean, don't get me wrong, I really do love this thing. It's just one that I wouldn't normally like see this one and be like, yeah, that's a pop. I'd be like, oh, that's a weird Domo character. But anyways, guys, nonetheless, I do love this character. I just wanted to show this one off because I thought you guys might not know this one. But like I said before, if there is any of these ones that you didn't know, just put it in the comment section below. I think it'd be really cool to see which ones you guys didn't know or did know, or if you knew all of them, or if you knew none of them. I don't know, but I just wanted to say this was a cooler video that I thought I would try out, just because I think I can do another part to this too, maybe a part 2 later on, but no time in the near future, just because I want to kind of keep it so they're all different content. Also, you guys were talking about the shelf that I did where I boxed all my pops. But the thing is, guys, you don't even see that shelf. You wouldn't even see it. I mean, yes, there's a few pops missing, like here and here in the background, as well as here, and then a few... I don't know, there's some around. Anyways, but what I'm saying is, guys, that shelf there is full of pops. It can hold 135 instead of 84, like I said in that video. And I wanted to do that where I fill up every shelf like that, and then you guys will have like these boxed pops in the background, which will look a lot cleaner if I'm not mistaken. And then we can switch out the pops and have different ones in the front. And then even for me, it's cool because then I don't see every character, so then when I switch them around, it's like I have a whole new collection right in front of me. So, I don't know. It's kind of fun for me. I thought I would do it just because it's easier. I can hold a lot more pops. It's just a lot like better for me in the future too, so that way I don't need to box, like, say I have like 1,000 and I don't have to box all 1,000. I just have to box, you know, like whatever, 200, 300. I'm going to be keeping them in box from now on as well, so that's a little bit easier for me. But a lot of you guys didn't like that I had them in box, but you'll be seeing all of them circle through the front. It's not going to be like they're all pushed to the back at all times. But I just want to say that before I end this video. But this has been another episode of Top Pops. Popsters, thanks for watching.
Whoa. 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 Yeah. Whoa. What you call an icon living? Start a record label, Misfits just did it. Woo. Nylon cover 5 minutes. Whoa, we are too hot in the business. Woo. About to make 'em